All right, so we'll do a really quick overview of this Squoosh app. So it's Squoosh.app by Google, and it does some image compressing for you. So we're just going to see what it does. I've got an image here that's 4.4 megs. So here's the original image at 4.4 megs. We didn't even do anything yet. We're just using the default, and you can see it, just the default settings. It's 86% smaller, so it's 626 kilobytes. And when we actually look at the before and after, on this side we'll see the original, and here we see the compressed version. You know, with all of those changes, you can't even really tell. I mean, you have to really zoom in. Let's zoom in and see if we can notice that. So if we look at the shirt, for example, I mean, you start to see some pixelation, but it's very negligible. And when you zoom out on the image, you're not going to notice it at all. I think a good place is something like the tie. So you can see this is the original and this is the compressed one. I mean, there's some image degradation. You can probably see a little bit of color shifting, but considering that I've taken my image down in size by 86%, to me that's pretty amazing. Now, when you're working with something like Rise and you upload your images to Rise, Rise is going to do the compression as well. So if you took this 4.47 image and you bring it into Rise, that image ends up being compressed by Rise, and it's about 107 kilobytes. So Rise does its own compression. So if you're using Rise, it probably doesn't make any sense to do the compression. Where you do get some value maybe is just by being able to take a 4.4 meg image and bring it down to 600 kilobytes. So if you have a slower bandwidth and you need to upload files, you know, uploading a smaller file is probably going to save you a little bit of time. But in general, this tool is great if you have a bunch of images and you want to compress them or bring them down. Or, you know, like me, I just like to see what the differences are. So I like to play around with some of these things. So what happens if I bring it way down in image quality? So like 10% of the image quality. And, you know, what's the difference? It's a great way to understand how pixelation works and how the color spread works as you change your image quality. But a good tool if you need to compress your images and you want to have some control over it. It's free, and best case, you know, you're getting smaller images. It's going to make it easier to upload them to your e-learning tools.